Okay, I'm back on my computer reading stuff online. Want to share it with you. Hopefully Barb's going to be moved to the home that's closer to the house tomorrow. We will see. Bertie's working on that today. So as opposed to having to drive 35 minutes to get into where she's at, it'll be less than 15, so that'll be good. But in the meantime, I did have time to read some articles, and I read this article that Robin Roberts, I think from Good Morning America, had Katie Kindlen on her show, and she was talking about eating better is better than counting calories. And I know that with Weight Watchers we're not counting calories, which is good. We want to eat healthy. But in the back of our minds, a lot of us are still thinking, you know, like I'm still struggling with having the nuts. I know that the nuts, a quarter cup of the nuts that I have scanned, and then when I look at it on the app, the tracker, it does show that it's 5 points. Now I know it's kind of salty. Valerie Reese had sent me some unsalted peanuts, which are very good. And that's 5 points for a quarter cup, so I've been eating those too. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many calories in that. I don't know if I really want to have that. And it's within reason, is what you have to remember. It's within reason. Obviously, 3,500 calories equals a pound no matter which way you get it. But a 3,500 calories worth of Girl Scout cookies, because I love Girl Scout cookies, is way different than 3,500 calories of apples. You can pop a couple cookies in and you've hit your 3,500 calories. How many apples would you really have to eat? I didn't even want to look it up because I'm thinking it's got to be a lot. And who's going to eat that many apples? Not me, that's for sure. But they did a study, and they found that if you pay attention to the quality of food, it's better than the counting the calories. So obviously the quality of fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, things like that, they're going to be better for you than cookies and donuts and things like that. So common sense. I mean, you know, we got this size because we didn't follow common sense, at least in my case. Whenever I say we, I mean me. I should just say me and not say we. But I didn't get to be the size I was by following common sense. Because common sense would tell me, you know, you're hungry, have some fruit. My silly way of thinking was, you know, a candy bar will work. You know, it's easier to pick up. You can just pick up a candy bar anywhere. So my thought was, I always get a candy bar. I'll be honest with you, I still haven't gotten past the point where I can't pass up a candy bar deal. At Kroger's, when you're checking out, that's where they have the candy, because I think it's mostly because it's an impulse buy, first off. But lately they've been having, like, you buy two, you get the third one free. Well, to me that's a deal, and so I'm still buying them. I'm not eating them, but I have to tell you that in my refrigerator I have a bag in my vegetable bin that I have some Hershey almond bars, and I have some Twizzler licorice, and what else do I have in there? I have some Heath bars, I have some Payday bars, and I said Hershey, right? I don't need this stuff. But, you know, this is stuff I'm going to eat in my life. I can't say that I'm never going to eat it ever again in my life. But even though I shouldn't have it in the house, you know, like your mother always said, do as I say, don't do as I do. But I know I shouldn't have it in the house. But if I ever going to have a sweet attack or something, it's there for me to have. And it's still hidden, though. That's the bad part. Because I don't think Jim knows I have it in there, and even if I did, Jim wouldn't eat it. Jim buys the candy for the candy basket, and I don't eat that because I know that's his. It's just a strange dynamic that we have. If Jim was to go out and buy something, some kind of sweets or something for himself, unless he's offered it to me, I wouldn't eat it because that's his. Then this is mine. These are my candies that are in the refrigerator, and I don't think that there's any kind of an expiration date on candy, and if there is, I'd still eat beyond that expiration date. Who am I kidding? I know I would. But milk, I won't drink past the expiration date. But you tell me that that candy bar expired last week, and I'm going to say, you know what? I'm still going to eat it, which is not good. But anyway, that's bad advice. I'm sorry, but that's just bad advice. Anyway, we'll get back to the article. The article said that researchers have found that there's no difference in weight change between eating a healthy low-fat diet versus a healthy low carbohydrate diet. There's so many fad diets out there, and that's why they're called fad diets, is because they're just like a hit and miss. You can get on it, you can lose a lot of weight. You can lose a lot of weight quickly, but that doesn't mean you're going to keep it off. You have to work at it. Anything worth having in life, you had to put some effort into getting it. You don't appreciate it unless you've worked for it. That's my thinking. That's why even with my kids, when we were playing games and things like that, I would, I would never cheat at a game, but I would kind of direct them towards a move rather than cheat it. Well, it might be cheating, but I just feel that if you have to cheat to win a game, did you really win the game? You didn't really accomplish anything. And when we coached, Denise and Mary and I coached Jimmy and Danny in Little League baseball, we always wanted everybody to play, and we always stressed, and we lost almost every game. So that wasn't, I don't know how good a coach we really were. But I wanted them to have fun, and I wanted to see the aspect of the game that if you cheat to win, it's just not worth winning. What kind of victory is that? It's a shallow victory to me. It's just, and that's like with dieting. Sometimes you can get sick and you lose a lot of weight, and then you get on the scale and you're so proud of yourself because you lost weight. That's kind of like a cheat because you didn't work for it. You were sick. But if you really work at it and you really try really hard and you do lose, every time I've had a loss, I felt so accomplished. I felt so good about it. I really did, because I worked for it, and I appreciate it. I know, babble, 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 going on and on. The takeaway from what I told you previously about the two different kinds of diets is that it's the quality of what you eat that is more important than the calories with which you're eating. So you may not need to eat a whole 1,800 calories in a day, but you want to, if you're basing it completely on processed foods are loaded with sugars and salts and additives and stuff. I am no doctor by any means or any stretch of the imagination, but I find it very telling that there's so many autistic children and so many hyperactive children nowadays. And not to say that they weren't in my day, because you always had that one really active child in your class, or that one, like, oh my gosh, can, put a cork on it. But I don't think was as prevalent then as it is now. And I do think a lot of it is the additives we put in the food. When I was young, way, way, way back in the olden days, they didn't have preservatives for everything. And, like if you got a loaf of bread, you had to eat that loaf of bread within a couple days, or otherwise it turned green. The same with the milk. Your milk never lasted as long as milkless. I bought a gallon of milk the other day, and I think it's got like a 3 or 4 week expiration date on it. That would have never happened in the olden days. And you only got fruit when it was in season, because there was no preservatives to help them stay fresh. You could eat an apple right from the tree. Now you can't eat an apple right from a tree because they use so many pesticides and stuff. But anyway, that's my thought on that subject. I don't know that it's true, but that's what I think. Because it just seems odd that there's so many problems out there. And we had immunizations when we were growing up, and we didn't have reactions to it. I've never met in my life when I was growing up anybody that was allergic to so many things like they are now. And it's just, peanuts just throws me. That just throws me. When I went to school, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day for lunch, because that was my favorite sandwich. I didn't like lunch meat. I wasn't, a big fan of anything else. If you had an egg salad sandwich, it turned bad by, lunchtime, and it stunk. That's another thing. At Easter, we used to leave our Easter eggs out on the counter, or on the table even, and they'd be out for a whole week. Ugh. I couldn't do that now. I have to keep them in the refrigerator. But anyway, so if you pick something that's 100 calories, like 100 calories worth of cookies or 100 calories worth of apples, common sense tells you that the 100 calories in apples are going to work through your system a lot quicker. Your body's going to be going, this is how my imagination works. I've ever told you that I really, when I was growing up, and this is the honest to God truth, I really believe this, that if you ate something, there was different compartments in your stomach. So like if you ate your green beans, the green beans went to the vegetable part of your stomach. And if you ate bread, it went to the bread part of your stomach. And I believed that. I was like an odd child. I know, but I did believe that. I really, truly believed that. But really, all your food goes in your stomach and it all digests the same. But in my mind, I think that your body says, was distracted. Sorry about that. I think your body said, oh, that's an apple. Let's send that to those cells because it's going to work really hard. But if you eat a candy bar, they're going to say, you know what? Let's go into the fat sex cells and let's hang on because, you know, we might need this sugar later on. Once again, wackadoodle brain. But turn the page. So what you want to do is switch from focusing on the calories that you're consuming from whole unprocessed foods and shift it to processed foods. And a lot of times consumers are confused because you don't have a healthy relationship with food. You think that if you're just counting calories, that's all you really need to do. And that's just not the case. It's really like relearning your relationship with food. It's like it was an old friend. But you know what? You have to change if you want to still be my friend. You know, it's I love you. You're really nice, but let's just know we're only good. Everybody has that one friend that you just absolutely love, but you kind of have them in limits. You know, you like, oh, that was so fun hanging out with so and so. Hey, that was really good. We'll have to do that again. Not too soon, though. Not too soon because they're just so full of energy and it just tires you out or something. I don't know. But what you want to do is when you're doing the relearning process, you got to remember that it requires both mindfulness and focus. But it can be done. And that's pretty much with Weight Watchers. They're just telling you not to be mindlessly eating. When I had my bad day last week, I mindlessly ate right out of that popcorn bag. And when I redid the rest of the bag, I ended up getting like 4 or 5 servings out of that, which would like 20, 25 points. I eat that as a snack. I get 25 points for the day. And those were high calories. They, you know, I mean, it's popcorn, but, you know, it was loaded with cheddar and it had salt and, you know, all of the stuff that, you know, made it good, but not good for me. There's a difference between good and good for you. And that wasn't good for me. So what you want to do is when you can't get away from buying processed foods. It's just impossible. But you want to look at the things and kind of check and see what they're listed. The ingredients. Since I've started looking at ingredients, I go, whoa, I'm putting that in my body. You know, I try very hard not to use as many processed foods as I can. By the way, the pancake mix, the Kodiak pancake mix, oh my gosh, it was so good. I was really hesitant. I really was. And that one pancake, and I usually have 4 pancakes. Of course, when you go to the pancake house, they give you like 6 pancakes, and I eat every one of them, which is sad. But I only made the 1 pancake, which was a good size, and I thought, oh yeah, 1 pancake, wow, wow, wow. It was really filling, and it was really good. And then I had the sugar-free syrup, which has additives, I understand. But I have to have a little bit of syrup on my... I measured out a 1/4 cup, but I probably only ate 1/8 a cup, because I'm not really a big syrup eater, unless it's, you know, obviously maple syrup, and then, you know, high in calories, high in sugar, delicious. But it was really good. I didn't notice the difference in the taste, and it was very filling. So what you want to do is have a goal to eat 2 to 3 servings of fruit a day. I have no problem with that. My berries, my grapefruit, and my banana. Right there, I got the 3. And 2 servings of non-starchy vegetables at both lunch and dinner. Working on that. I had a healthy lunch or breakfast or whatever you want to call it today, because I'm switching up my eating this week because I'm going to do better this week. And what you want to do is take your plate and divide. I make my plates into looking like happy faces and stuff. I like to have fun with my food. Not play with my food, but have fun with it. And you're going to divide your plate up. Half of your plate should be vegetables, 1/4 should be a lean protein, and 1/4 should be a green or a starchy vegetable. Which, once again, common sense. So when you're shopping, try to buy the food that you're going to, in its most natural state. You know, like broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, tomatoes, things like that. So then they give you, I got to be real quick because I'm running out of time. 4 things that you should do is use Saturday to plan ahead, plan your week for your food for the week, be creative, pack a balanced meal, and use your freezer. I make extra stuff and put it in the freezer and then take it out when I need it, and it makes it so much easier. So hope it was of help to you. I know I kind of rattled on somewhat, but you know, stay tuned for my daily vlog. That'll be on tonight about 9 o'clock. But I'm pretty much back to my old self. Things are going better in my life, and I feel better, I'm more rested, and not so emotionally drained. Not to say that I won't have those days. Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days. Okay, talk to you later.